met. And by the way, he's not a bad runner. I have to say, he's not a bad runner. Please help me welcome the President and CEO of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, my dear friend, Mr. Omar Duque.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Thank you, Javier, for that very, very kind introduction. I saw they posted the photo of us running, and I'm excited that it didn't really capture how out of breath I was just from trying to keep up with Javier on that run. Because I am a runner. I don't think I'm slow, but Javier is just fast. And you know, just seriously, like Javier has become an incredible friend and mentor to me. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning to speak with you about the work that we're doing in Illinois. But before I get into that, the role that the USHCC plays nationally and in each of the individual chambers that are associated with it, our work would not be possible were it not for the support and the partnership that we get from the USHCC. So please join me in recognizing once again Javier and the entire team at the USHCC for all that they do for Hispanic business. I am especially excited to be here this morning at the State of Hispanic Business Breakfast, and I want to spend some time talking about the work that we're doing to develop this next generation of tech-driven and innovative Hispanic entrepreneurs. A few years back, we started to look at the changing attitudes and perspectives of this next generation of young and innovative Hispanic entrepreneurs. And what we saw was incredibly exciting. A new wave of Hispanic entrepreneurs looking to position themselves as disruptors of traditional industries, looking to start companies and grow them, but always with an eye on exits and with that drive and the energy to get right back on that entrepreneurial horse and do it again and again and again. So this morning I'd like to spend a little bit of time introducing you to a few of these entrepreneurs. This is Ruben Garcia, founder of a company called Innovative Exams. After working for years in the $2 billion high-stakes testing industry, Ruben identified major inefficiencies in the market and developed technology to securely deliver exams at a fraction of the cost. I had the opportunity to work with Ruben to help take this from just an idea to a thriving enterprise. We connected Ruben with some angel investors that provided critical capital early on so that he can build his technology and his company. We helped secure some of those first critical clients that helped him grow and scale his company. And in just a few short years, Innovative Exams was acquired in a multi-million-dollar transaction by one of the top 2 major players in the testing space. This is George Burciaga, founder of a company called Elevate Digital, a street-level smart cities, smart infrastructure platform that completely revolutionizes the way residents engage with their city and their city infrastructure. Elevate's proprietary technology connects all levels of city infrastructure, from streetlights to public transportation to first responders, and changes the way individuals interact with their city. When George first told me what he was building, I remember it clearly because we were sitting across from him and said, "George, I think you're crazy. I think this is nuts." And like any good entrepreneur, he laughed, and then he went out and raised $18 million. And he deployed his technology He deployed his technology in Barcelona, in Paris, in New York City, in Miami, and soon in Chicago. About a year ago, George was also acquired by the top smart cities infrastructure company globally. Now, I'm not at liberty to say what the actual dollar amount for both of these transactions were, but trust me, if you were one of those early investors, you walked away very, very happy. So working with George and Ruben was an eye-opening experience because it allowed us to walk through the startup process from idea to exit, and it helped us realize that these types of entrepreneurs, this next generation innovative entrepreneur, they're out there. These Latino entrepreneurs are out there, but they weren't really connected to our work at IHCC And frankly, I don't think that they're really connected to many of our Hispanic chambers across the country. And so we did what an entrepreneur would do, and we decided to create a place where entrepreneurs like Ruben and George could come to build their businesses. Because let's face it, the journey of entrepreneurship can be very lonely, and it really helps to be around other people just as crazy as you embark on that journey. So a year ago, we moved into this really great place called 1871. 1871 is the largest tech incubator and tech hub in the entire country. It is 150 square feet of space. There are more than 2,000 people that come in and out of that space on a daily basis. The energy, the connectivity, the collaboration, everything that just happens there, the serendipity, is absolutely just electric. And it's really difficult to describe. We hosted the Chamber Training Institute last year, so I know that there's some people that have visited here. But we wanted to be at ground zero as a Hispanic chamber when it came to the entrepreneurial community of our city. And even Javier, when he visited us last year, admitted, and I've been talking to him and telling him what we're doing. Even he said, you've been telling me about this, and I didn't really get it until I experienced it. He got it, he gets it, and we look forward to continuing to collaborate with the USHCC to do more in Chicago with us at IHCC at 1871 to help develop this next generation of Hispanic entrepreneurs. So we moved last year, and in the fall, we launched what we believe is a first of its kind incubator for Hispanic tech and innovative companies. We wanted to build something where these entrepreneurs can come and engage with people from the funding community, with venture capitalists, with angel investors, collaborate with each other, learn from each other, build their technologies within a community that supports entrepreneurship. Sorry, I got really excited and then I got ahead of my notes. We really want to push the needle as it relates to Hispanics in the tech space, and we want to position Chicago as a place where these entrepreneurs come to build their businesses. This cohort that we did, we had 12 companies that participated in the first cohort. More than 35 entrepreneurs applied. We had founders that relocated from Mexico City, from New York and Washington, D.C. just to be a part of this program. Now, I wish it was because we were doing something really special or because they just wanted to come and hang out with me. But really, I think it speaks to the opportunities and the need and the gap and the hunger that there is. I was talking to Ana Bermudez last night from UTAG, a phenomenal tech platform. She's one of these entrepreneurs, right? And I think that there's a hunger, there's this desire to do more of this. So let me introduce two of the entrepreneurs that took that participated in our incubator that we're really, really excited about. This is Kristen Sunday. This Latina graduated from Princeton, was the first in her family to go to college, went to work for the U.S. Justice Department in Mexico and Central America, helping extradite fugitives back into the United States. Today, she's the co-founder of Paladin, a pro bono platform aimed at closing the justice gap by connecting lawyers to pro bono cases. What you don't know is that this is part of a larger $25 billion corporate social responsibility space that they're now wedging themselves into through legal pro bono. Kristen's already raised $650,000. She's officially launched the platform in January. And in just 2.5 short months, they've onboarded 1,500 attorneys. They have pilot programs with Etsy, Dropbox, Fenwick and West, and NYU Law School. This young Latina is going places. This is Mark Vargas, co-founder and CEO of Licentium, an exciting medical regulatory and licensing platform that helps states expedite the medical licensing process and allows, for the first time ever, can you imagine this, for the first time ever, for regulatory bodies to communicate with each other seamlessly state to state. There have been headlines where a physician was charged of a crime or delicensed in one state, but was able to go to another state and get that same license and practice medicine there. This is going to stop that from happening. And then also imagine from a hospital system perspective, as more and more hospitals try to ramp up their telemedicine capabilities, if now you have to get licensed in all 50 states to practice via telemedicine, it's still a paper process. Licensium is solving this. We're getting a lot of people excited in the regulatory space. We've helped them raise already a couple of $100,000 to launch their technology, and they're this close to landing a pilot program with a major state regulatory body. So what's next? How do we continue to build, yes, our ecosystem, but how do we, as chambers, as a community, come together to help develop this next generation of entrepreneurs? How do we come together as a community of successful business owners to help this next generation? One critical component, and Bank of America's here, we had this conversation earlier, and Javier talked about it earlier, is capital. In a different sense, we're talking venture capital, is a startling statistic that less than 1% of venture capital-backed startups, less than 1% are Latino companies. And we've been trying to make this case. I talk to folks in the VC space all the time trying to make the case for why they should be investing in diverse founders. And I'm kind of tired of doing it, kind of tired of having those conversations and trying to challenge these guys to do more. So we're just going to do it ourselves. We're going to build a VC fund from within our community to help support our own entrepreneurs. We're currently in the early stages of building a venture fund that will invest in early stage, high growth potential companies. Now, this is high risk, right? You guys know this. This is high risk, but high return. And we believe that we can tap into the success and the wealth of successful entrepreneurs that are part of our network in Illinois, that are part of the USHCC network, and come together as a community and say, if you have a really good idea, if you have a solid idea that we can scale and grow, we are going to invest in it. And I think that's a powerful, powerful message. We need to build a culture of investing in our own and supporting our own and mentoring our own. A few years back, I started talking about this idea that the next Steve Jobs, the next Elon Musk is already out there. Designing, tinkering, iterating. But what's most exciting, I know that this next great American entrepreneur, not a he, a she. And even more, a Latina. So how do we do this? How do we come together? How do we build this for her? How do we take all the success that we've had over generations as a community to be here in Washington, D.C. at the Mayflower Hotel? How do we take all of that and continue to clear the path and invest in this next generation? Because they're the ones that are going to create tremendous impact, not just for this country, not just for our community, but globally. That's what we're excited about. If you're excited about this and you want to be part of this work, I'm here. Please connect with me. We would love to see how we can continue the conversation. My Twitter handle, Duque_Omar. Reach me. I'm easily findable. We can do this. We must do this. Thank you so much for your attention this morning.